After taking science maths in the senior year of my high school, I did not realize that it was the second biggest mistake of my life. And then I competed in JEE Mains, a competitive exam to get into some of the good colleges of engineering in India. It was not my passion or something to get into good colleges, to study engineering or stuff like that. But money was the top thing I had in my mind at that time. I made the biggest mistake of my life and took admission in the worst college possible, for me at least, thinking I would figure out a way to get a really good job and obviously become rich one day. And then the reality hit hard. 3 months into the first year of my college life, the only thing I had in my mind back then was just to have fun, just to live the college life everyone so loves and dream about. That's what I had in my mind and that's what I was doing. But then I slowly realized one day, like just 1 month before my final exams, that I would live a hell of a life if I don't do something about it. And you might have already know some of the things that I realized if you watched my rant video, but there were some other things too which I will share in the future. After realizing these things, that too right before my final exams, my whole brain was fogged, like literally fogged. I couldn't even think straight. I was overthinking a lot. I was sad most of the time. I was becoming rude day by day. I was just not myself. I was like, what the hell am I doing with my life? Like, why did I chose this college? Like, so there were so many questions in my mind at that time that I didn't knew how to answer. And then out of nowhere, this video came into my recommended on YouTube. My whole perspective about life shifted immensely. I realized that if I equate money to happiness, I will eventually become a slave and my whole life will revolve around money. Like everything would be money focused. I will have very high stress levels if there is no passion towards the way I'm earning that money. And the more money I will spend, the more I will have to work for it, and the lesser time I will spend with my family in the future. And now it will create a vicious cycle that is going to take my soul out of me. And this is, I mean, some people might be happy with that, but I don't want this kind of life. Like, no, I just don't. I have seen families fall because of money. Like, money is really not the important factor here. And you only live once. Why would you want to do something for the rest of your life that you don't have any passion or interest whatsoever just to make a lot of money? Like, what kind of life is that? So that's why I started to focus on myself, trying to figure out what I want to do for the rest of my life. I started the path of self-discovery. Now, as soon as I realized these things I mentioned before, I started experimenting on myself. The immediate thing that I could think of that time was games. So I made a gaming channel, and after 6 to 9 months, it was just not creatively fulfilling for me. I felt a strange void in my life that I'm not doing the things that I'm supposed to do. So I stopped my gaming channel and then I started working, learning, exploring different interests like journaling, screenwriting, filmmaking too. I really can't think of most of the stuff right now, game development and like stuff like that. Most of these things I didn't had that interest, like they didn't felt like they were meant to be a part of me. Now see, self-discovery is a lifelong process. Heck, well, self-discovery is basically what life should be about most of the time. The sooner you start learning about yourself, the sooner you start exploring stuff about yourself, the better your life will become in the future. And I know that most of the people watching this video right now don't even care about what their life is right now. And it's fine. It's literally fine. But let me tell you, a day will come when life is going to slap you so hard, like so fucking hard, that you are going to change. That day is going to come. Now it depends on you if you want that slap to fall on your face or if you do something about it beforehand. That's totally up to you. I'm not saying that I figured it all out. I'm still figuring out a lot of stuff about myself. I don't know a lot of stuff, but I love this process and that's what it's about. I really love discovering myself. I didn't knew I had like such a decent eye for photography until I tried it, but like it's such a good feeling to know that you are worth something. Like it's just like spiritually fulfilling. I'm not gonna lie, it's so good. Again, I really don't know much about what to do next or like stuff like that, but I do know that if I just continue this process, I will one day live a life that I dream of. Maybe, at least I hope so.